this is Pitchfell Black here, and welcome to Underworld Updates number 39, in which today I'm going to be showcasing and unboxing a few more Doctor Who books. In this part here are two Virgin New Adventures that I ordered recently, including quite a fairly rare one. But also recently I went back to that Stax bookshop for the third time, and I picked up a couple more books there. So yeah, so without further ado, let us begin this video by showcasing all of those books that I got at Stax. First one I got is actually a Doctor Who book. The first one that I'm going to be showing in this video is actually a Doctor Who book that I had never even heard of until I came across it in Stax, and I decided to get it simply because I really like my kind of Doctor Who guides, and that is Who's Next? An unofficial and unauthorised guide to Doctor Who. I really like my Doctor Who episode guides, like Mark Campbell's The Episode Guide. That's just like one of my favourite Doctor Who books of all time. It's just absolutely brilliant Doctor Who book. So without further ado, let's begin the kind of showcasing of this book. It's up here with some sort of shocked looking face. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be one of the Doctors or one of the a fan or something like that. But then we've got Who's Next? An unofficial and unauthorised guide to Doctor Who. Mark Clapham, Eddie Robson and Jim Smith are the authors of this book. And then here we've got a TARDIS flying through the time vortex, which has got a nice kind of pinky background and a nice kind of blue kind of burst of light from the top there. And then on the spine we have Who's Next? An unofficial and unauthorised guide to Doctor Who. The authors' names again down there: Mark Clapham, Eddie Robson and Jim Smith from Virgin Books, which is very nice to see. And then this is the back. You've got like the blurb, kind of this nice kind of vortex burst background with the kind of prices, miscellaneous things and the barcode. And now for the kind of blurb or synopsis or blurb or whatever. You may have caught the very first episode of Doctor Who in 1963, or only ever seen reprints on cable TV. You may know every episode backwards, or just fondly remember watching one of the Daleks in. You may even be a complete newcomer, wondering what all the fuss is about. Whoever you are, this is the essential guide to the Doctor Who universe. The BBC describes Doctor Who as the most popular ongoing series it has ever made. Now, over 40 years after the first episode aired, the cult series has returned to the small screen with a huge budget and an acclaimed writer-producer Russell T Davies at the helm. This was published in 2005, by the way, just to let you guys know. A new generation of viewers is ready to adopt Christopher Eccleston as their Doctor, just as previous generations embraced William Hartnell, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, or Peter Davidson. For fuck's sake. This unofficial covering every aspect of Doctor Who broadcast to date, details not just the 700 plus episodes of the TV series 1960 to 1989, but also the radio serials, TV movie, charity specials and internet broadcast animated series that have been transmitted whilst the television series has been off the air, providing transmission dates, trivia, opinions and commentary. Who's Next will inform and entertain the series' newest viewers, as well as providing long-term fans with a fresh and indispensable set of critical perspectives. And then for the innards of and then for the innards of this book we have Who's Next? An unofficial guide to Doctor Who. Then that with the Virgin logo at the bottom. Various copyright gaff, acknowledgements, an introduction, and then you've got like the start of this Doctor Who book, which is kind of got this format of, if I was just to get a story, it's like an unearthly child. You've got the episodes that were broadcasted, who is written and directed by, notable cast, the writer, director, producer, Doctor Who. Villains, Science, Magic, History 101, Things Fall Apart, Availability and Verdict. And this covers every single Doctor Who story from, in that format, from Unearthly Child up to Survival, along with some of those kind of webcast specials such as Scream of the Shalka and Real Time, and it is spread across 404 pages and with a few blank pages at the end. So yeah, I have had a little look at this Doctor Who book and I'm really enjoying having a look at it so far. It's a very good purchase and quite a bargain, £2.99. This is not a rare Doctor Who book or anything like that, but it's just an extremely good price for a really good Doctor Who book. And £2.99 or £3 is roughly how much it goes for on Amazon. And I purchased yet another Doctor Who book from Stax for £3. And this is actually quite a rare Target novelisation that I was very shocked to see there for only £3. This Target novelisation normally goes for about 10 quid on eBay, and I got this for only £3. They also had the Target novelisation of Doctor Who in the Leisure Hive, or the Leisure Hive. To be honest, I thought I actually already had that Target novelisation, but it turns out I don't, so I didn't buy that Target novelisation. However, there is a copy of that Target novelisation on eBay, signed by the author, I believe, for about £5, so I may buy that. But anyway, this rare Target novelisation that I got for £3 is The Savages. So without further ado, let us begin this kind of showcasing of this Doctor Who book. So number 109 in the Target novelisation range, Doctor Who The Savages, in Stuart Black, Target logo. Then we've got this kind of nice Vortex logo with the TARDIS right here. The Doctor up here. And then you've got one of the leaders of the tribe there. Can't remember his name. Then on the spine we have Target, Doctor Who The Savages, in Stuart Black, number 109. And then for the back we have the kind of blurb. Who this book was distributed by, miscellaneous things that have been painted out by the looks of it. Then the barcode. And now for the blurb. Landing on a distant planet, the Doctor confidently announces to his companions that the TARDIS has brought them to an age of great advancement, peace and prosperity. The Doctor's calculations seem to be confirmed when the travellers are greeted by Jano and the Elders. I think that might be Jano on the cover actually, but I'm not sure. Who take them on a tour of their city, a haven of beauty, harmony and friendship, set in a wilderness inhabited by tribes of savages. But the security of the city is founded on one deadly and appalling secret. Soon the Doctor and his friends discover that it is not only outside the city walls that the savages dwell. Quite a very well written blurb in my opinion, that is. And for the innards we have some crap that was stamped onto this Doctor Who book for its life. Doctor Who The Savages, £3, as you can see up there. And then there we have who this book is dedicated to. Doctor Who The Savages, based on the BBC television serial about In Stuart Black by arrangement of the British Broadcasting Corporation. In Stuart Black, number 109 in the Doctor Who Library, Target, a Target book published by the pub paperback division of W.H. Allen & Co. plc. Various copyright guff and the contents. There's 11 chapters and weirdly enough it's all quotes which from the story, which is very interesting to see. I've never come across a Doctor Who book where all of the chapter names are all quotes from the story. Very bizarre. This is a 11 chaptered Target novelisation spread across 127 pages. And then at the back we have this offer thing to Doctor Who readers. So yeah, I'm very happy to get this Doctor Who book in my collection. When I first listened to the audio or the soundtrack of Doctor Who and the Savages, I thought it was quite a good Doctor Who story. I'd only give it like a 6 out of 10, but I do agree that it was like very underrated Doctor Who story. Personally, I absolutely loathe the audio format of like Big Finish audios and whatnot. So maybe my kind of enjoyment for the story will be increased a bit because it's like as in a book, which is my favourite kind of Doctor Who format personally. So maybe my enjoyment for The Savages will be boosted by this Target novelisation, and it's written by the same person that wrote the original television story, so yeah, that gives it a good chance of being a good novelisation, and I probably will read this sometime soon or shortly after I've finished reading Time Room Genesis or the other or the remainder of the entire Time Room trilogy. And now I'm going to be unboxing these these two Virgin New Adventures, one of which is quite rare, and this is all part of a trilogy, these two Doctor Who books in here. So without further ado, let us begin unboxing these Virgin books. Sorry about that. Listening to some music whilst I'm recording this video, and unfortunately my earphone or headphone jack is being weird, so I've got to prop it up so it actually relays the audio through my headphones properly. So that's why I've been double pausing this video. Alright, so let's get these Doctor Who books out. Oh, lovely rare Doctor Who books. Well, these are brilliant condition as well. Awesome. So yeah, first these are these two Doctor Who books are part of a trilogy known as the War Trilogy, which is a trilogy of Doctor Who books in the Virgin New Adventures, all about war, written by Andrew Cartmel. This trilogy consists of Cat's Cradle, Warhead, and these two Doctor Who books that I have here. First one in this little two Doctor Who books I'm going to be showcasing is War Child, which is quite a rare Doctor Who book. I'm not really sure how much this one goes for, but I managed to get it for £10, which I think is a really good price for this Doctor Who book. And it's got a very nice kind of cover art as well. I think it appears to be painted using acrylic paints, which is quite interesting. Anyway, so for the cover art we have the New Doctor Who Adventures, War Child, Andrew Cartmel. And then for the cover art itself we've got like this American flag in the background, against this kind of like very hazy kind of fire-like background. And here we have this character from the book who looks like Rosalind Forrester, but I don't think it is. Holding this kind of smoking gun, holding this kind of child with a kind of dinosaur kind of skeleton type thing down there. Then on the spine we have War Child, Andrew Cartmel, and then the Doctor Who logo down there. For whatever reason this one is blue. Don't know if you can pick that up, but the Sylvester McCoy logo down here is blue, so it's not really if you were to compare it with another kind of like Virgin book that I have, as you can see this is what it's supposed to look like, and my War Child has a blue Sylvester McCoy logo, which is quite bizarre. Then to the back we have the kind of blurb, New Doctor Who Adventures, a bit about the series and a bit about Andrew Cartmel, miscellaneous things such as who did the cover and who did the cover painting. Oh, it was done by Jeff Cummins, who is going to Dimensions, I believe. Ooh, I might get this signed by him. Probably will, knowing me. A big Virgin book fanboy I am. Big Doctor Who book fanboy I am. Anyways, we've got miscellaneous prices, what genre this book is, and barcode. So yeah, now for the synopsis. Adolescence is a difficult time, especially when you have the power to rule the world. Damn. Creed is just an ordinary guy. As ordinary as you can be when you are a secret agent working for the government. But his family is another matter. His youngest child seems to be able to read his mind. His oldest boy, Ricky May possesses a stranger and far more frightening power, and others seem interested in his gifted children, sinister forces who see them as a resource to be exploited. Around the world, the Doctor's companions have been put in place, ready to act when the time is right. Old friends and enemies are gathering for a final confrontation that will shape the future of the globe and the evolution of mankind. War Child is the shattering conclusion to the Dark Trilogy, which began with Warhead and continued in Warlock. Oh, so this is the final in the trilogy. I thought Warlock was the final in the trilogy. Interesting. Full-length original novels based on the longest-running science fiction television series of all time, the BBC's Doctor Who. The new adventures take the TARDIS into previously unexplored realms of space and time. Andrew Cartmel was script editor of the Doctor Who television series. He has also script edited Casualty for the BBC and written Judge Dredd for Fleetway. He is currently working on his $1 million bestseller. War Child is his third book in the Virgin New Adventures series. earphone jack being a pain in the ass. But anyways, now for the innards of this book, we have Warchild, the kind of other Doctor Who books published in the Virgin New Adventures line. New Doctor Adventures Warchild, Andrew Cartmel. Various copyright Gus, for who this book is dedicated to, who is Chuck Cartmel. And then for the book itself, it is, let me see, quite a thick Doctor Who book, this one. Not as thick as the one I'm about to show you. It's a 310 page long Doctor Who book spread across 39 chapters. And already published Doctor Who books is just like this kind of thing about already published Virgin New Adventures and all of that with kind of blurbs and whatnot. So yeah, which is awesome. So yeah, and I'm very happy to say that I think I have all but 4 of those Doctor Who books, which is awesome. Anyways, Warchild by Andrew Cartmel. I really don't know too much about this Doctor Who book, but I am very interested in reading the entire trilogy of War books by Andrew Cartmel, starting off with Cat's Cradle, Warhead, continuing in Warlock, and then ending in Warchild. So I am very curious in reading this Doctor Who book, and it is a nice addition to my ever-growing collection of Virgin New Adventures. And it's nice to have another rare Virgin New Adventure in my collection. And now for the final book in this video is the climax to the War trilogy, and that is Warlock. Well, not the climax, but the penultimate one, or the one that I thought was the climax in the trilogy. But anyways, we have Warlock. So we have the Doctor Who Adventures, Warlock, Andrew Cartmel, and then here we have the Virgin New Adventures New Ace. With this kind of very kind of polluted sky in the background, a nuclear bomb going off, all sorts of birds flying away and lots of bomb explosions in the background, kind of bushes and whatnot. Then we've got some various animals such as a few cows, sheep, a fox and a rabbit. So yeah, quite a nice cover art, and you've got a church in the background there, which is interesting. And then for the spine we have Warlock, Andrew Cartmel. As you can see, this is a very thick Virgin book. This is, I believe, the thickest Virgin New Adventure, although don't quote me on that because I think Survival Sin may be 400 pages long. So we have Warlock, Andrew Cartmel, Doctor Who logo. Then for the back we have the kind of blurb, New Doctor Adventures, a bit about the Virgin New Adventures line, a bit about Andrew Cartmel, and a bit about the prices and what genre this book is in the barcode. And now for the synopsis. It was the ruthless pack instinct of the primeval forest. The Warlock magnified it 1,000 times and made it lethal. There's a strange new drug on the street. It's called Warlock, and some people say it's the creation of the devil. Others see it as the gateway to enlightenment. Benny is working with an undercover cop trying to track down its source. Ace is trapped in a horrific animal experimentation laboratory, but only the Doctor has begun to guess the terrible truth about Warlock. This disturbing sequel to Warhead moves beyond cyberpunk into a realm where reality is a question of brain chemistry, and heaven or hell comes in the shape of a pill. Sounds amazing. New Doctor Adventures, and then we've got a bit about the Virgin New Adventures line in the same, and a bit about Andrew Cartmel, and it's the exact same thing that was on the back of, that was written on the back of Warlock, but it doesn't have the kind of he's kind of working on his $1 million bestseller on this kind of blurb here. And it also says that he is and also says that Andrew Cartmel has written comic strips for Marvel UK, so I won't read off all of that. And then for the innards of this book we have we have Warlock, the books in the Virgin New Adventures series currently published, the New Doctor Adventures Warlock, Andrew Cartmel, kind of various copyright gusts, who this book is dedicated to. And then for the image of this book, it is a 35 chapter Doctor Who book spread across 359 pages. Then for the back we have already published Doctor Who books, which is from The Left-Handed Hummingbird up to Parasite. So yeah, Warlock. Again, I don't know too much about this Doctor Who book, but again, I am very curious in reading it. And like I said with War Child, I am very curious in reading the whole trilogy of the War books written by Andrew Cartwright and the Virgin New Adventures. So I will start that when I finish reading the Time Ruin books and the Cat's Cradle books. So yeah, and that pretty much concludes Underworld Updates number 39, I think. So like, fair, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pitch Go Black, dematerializing.